Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews, 40-ish and $100 range. And most of these are way less than that. And a good number of these you can find at your local rag stores. The one I'm talking about today, I've done a review a long time ago. It was back at the very beginning of this thing. So it was a little bit of a shaky review, so I'm going to recap on it because it is the right time of year for this thing. It's almost perfect, actually. And this thing really boarded the hype train when it first came out. And I'm talking about Jesus Del Pozo's 2019 release, Halloween Man X. So this was a tester. And can't focus, but you get there you go. And it's hard to see right here, but it's got like a gradient from blue to black. And the lid clicks into place halfway okay. Atomizer is a decent atomizer on this. Good fair amount of juice. So this fragrance, I'll just go over the notes real quick like nobody's ever heard of this thing. It's got notes in the top of like lavender and lemon. There's also in the mid, there's something like cinnamon and mineral notes and cardamom. And I believe it's in the base. I haven't like looked on the website in a while. It's like leather, whiskey, amber, and coffee. There's also, there's incense in here. But the lemon is extremely mild. Really, the lemon, the only time that you spray it is like right in the air. Poof, it's there for just like a half a second and it dissipates. And really what you're left with is a whole lot of the cardamom, some of that lavender, whiskey, amber, and a good dose of that roasted coffee. The coffee isn't so strong at first. You get a little bit more of that semi-sweetness and the other rich accords like the whiskey and the amber and the leather. But when it starts to dry down about 10 or 15 minutes into this thing, that coffee bean really, really starts to poke its head out. It's like a dry, roasted coffee. And it's a fragrance that is pretty much suited only for cool weather. For example, when I took this off my shelf, I had to dust it off. As much as I like this thing, I really, really enjoy wearing this thing. Compliment monster, very long lasting. Average projection, maybe slightly more than average. Nice little scent trail, but this thing hangs on for a long time. Really don't want to wear this thing in anything that's 80 plus degrees. This isn't going to be good for that. If you are into rich, thick fragrances, something that might be a little bit offset from the beaten path, this is a good one for that. It's got a lot of same characteristics as like a blue fragrance, but being very heavy and dark. I say this works good, and a lot of people say it's only good for like the nighttime, but I think this will work fine during the day. But cold weather, yes, cold weather. Definitely a cold weather fragrance. It'll actually probably work in at like a club or something because it's so different and people will smell you. I've gotten a lot of compliments. If you're chasing compliments, this is one of those like kind of almost in a good way strange fragrance that really garnishes some compliments. Not too bad a quality. It's a bit synthetic at first, but that coffee note is it's fairly believable, believe it or not. There's plenty of other lines or flankers in this line. There's the original, which is kind of like a 1 million. There's Halloween Man Shot. There's Halloween Man Tattoo. I think there's a couple others. Oh, Halloween Man Hero. I want to get my nose on that thing. I hear it's a fantastic Invictus style fragrance, but we're talking about this guy right here, the one that really, really, really boarded the hype train, and really for good reason. And I'll give this an 8. I don't know what my rating was last time on this, but reason being, even though it's only a cool weather fragrance, and it's now the price has jumped up. I got this thing for like $27. I think the cheapest you'll find it now is like $37. But still, even at that price point, it's a good bargain because you're getting like a 4-ounce bottle or 4.2-ounce bottle. It's much bigger than a 100 milliliter bottle. The longevity is, for me, which is kind of saying something a little bit off the charts, it lasts for 8+ hours on me. I really enjoy the way that this thing smells. And if you're going to wear it in the office on a cool day, keep the sprays back a little bit because it's so different and halfway loud. Keep the sprays back. And you're going to experience a decent dose of that coffee, semi-sweet. The whiskey and the leather. It's not like real dominant leather notes or anything like that, but for me, I get a lot of the cardamom with the amber, a little bit of that whiskey. The lavender is present, but it's not strong. You don't get too much of a powdery thing from this. It's mainly a halfway sweet roasted caramel, not caramel, but roasted coffee is what this thing is. It's great. It's really, really good. And that's why I rode the hype train, because it actually is, even in my opinion, I'm not trying to ride the hype train. I enjoy it. And I'm wearing long sleeves today because in Florida, when it's like 74 degrees, we're like, yay! So that's my final thoughts on Halloween Man X. Oh, also, any age range. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.